Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of my F1 2019 career mode here today. And I think this one will be the last one of the year, guys, so if you did miss the last episode, then go watch it by clicking the link in the top right hand corner of your screen, and hopefully you guys enjoy this episode here today, because we are here for the French Grand Prix, and you can see on screen we do have some interesting weather conditions this weekend with a chance of rain at the start of the race, and that's going to make things quite interesting for that particular session, as we're going to have to try and maybe adapt our strategy a little bit. In terms of upgrades, I actually forgot that we had a major engine upgrade on the way for this race, and it's for the engine power, so that's going to be a big improvement for us, and it's going to keep on improving the Ferrari car slowly but surely, and give us a hand in that kind of development race to try and catch the top four teams. And as things stand, actually, we have pretty much got ourselves neck and neck with Williams now, and if you compare to Australia how far we've come in just 8 races, we've made a really big improvement, and we're closing in on those top 4 teams slowly but surely. Red Bull, again, bringing more upgrades, and fair play to them, but we're going to try and keep on pushing. And we do have 1,000 points to our name already, and hopefully we can at least double that in this episode here today, and we'll try and put some big upgrades onto the car, because I want to try and invest in some more heavy duty ultimate upgrades to really make those big steps forward, moving forward into the kind of mid part of the season. And going to practice went pretty well, to be fair. We got a good score in everything except for the qualifying performance test, where we got a green score instead of a purple. Nonetheless, it was still encouraging, and things are pretty good going into qualifying, and I feel confident that we can have a good weekend. And France is a bit of an interesting one, because I've never been the best at qualifying around here, but the race pace has always been quite interesting, and having the rain at the start of the Grand Prix could make things quite spicy in terms of strategy and timing the right tyre for each stint. So we'll see how that one pans out. Either way, jumping into qualifying here, this was my first of 3 runs in this session, and my best run was actually my final one, and we actually had quite a bit of nice steady progression all the way through qualifying, and gradually improving run by run. And you can see how my first attempt, we do cross the line, and about a second off the pace almost off of Perez, going P7 at the time with 12 minutes to go. We then cut on to our second run, and I was slower throughout the entire lap, but I managed to pull some time back right towards the end on the final sector, and with about 5.5 minutes to go, we are currently up by about 1/10 of a second, making our way into the final part of the lap here, and it looks like we are on for a small improvement. Currently we're down in P13, so we have been knocked out of the top 10 as we make our way through the final corner, improving by 1/10.5 at the end of the lap. Pretty good lap actually, and we're going to push that 2/10 barrier as we cross the line, and we jump up into the top 10 actually, and 10th place more specifically. But we're now going to run aboard for our full lap of the Paul Ricard circuit here, as we cool our tyres down and get ready to really set up the lap and make sure things are really under control. And we're going to try and leave it as close as we can to cross the line with about 1:30 to go, and that will give us the chance to do a manual in lap just in case if we do start the race on dry tyres, which I have seen before. But here we go, overtake mode engaged across the start finish, now making our way towards turn 1, braking as the tarmac appears on the right hand side. Down to 4th gear, really attack the curbs, and it's all about getting that good exit out of turn 2 to really maximise your speed down towards turn 3, using overtake mode once again as we're going to the turns 3 and 4, and then 5, this kind of left, right, and then left, right, left, right combination. Really important to get a nice clean run through here. We've actually improved by nearly 2/10, getting a really nice bit of traction out of here, so that's going to really help us out on the back straight. And currently 2/10 up. That was actually quite surprising. I didn't know there was that much time available to me, so knowing I improved by that much was quite encouraging for the rest of the lap, knowing that I did have a bit more time elsewhere. Throwing the car in to the chicane here through the left and then the right of turn 9, quickly back on the throttle on the exit, picking up the traction, and so far so good as we're 3/10 up here on this final attempt, and this is a strong lap as we match Verstappen through the first 2 sectors, now making our way to the final sector, which is where we lose most of our time compared to the AI. We're going to try our best to try and hold this advantage as we make our way through the long right hand here. Really important to focus on that late apex and getting that traction down as we now get on the gas and then back on the brakes again for that early apex. A million different lines you can take through here. I'll go for a bit of a early apex and just focusing on not locking up and trying to get a nice clean run, and then we make our way into the final couple of corners here. Important to not overcommit into the final corner. Really important at this point not to throw the lap away and just be easy on the throttle and don't wheel spin as we open up DRS, and we are going to cross the line with 5 seconds to spare, and we improve to 9th place and 9/10 off the pace. Having said that, still quite a way off my teammate Danny Kvyat, who was 4/10 quicker than me, but it is a 9th place and also 8th for Kvyat. Again, similar to Canada, a strong double qualifying for us in the Ferrari, and hopefully we can only go upwards in the race and try and convert that into some decent points. But very encouraging signs there with the Red Bulls locking out the front row, and the car overall really pretty decent. And in my opinion, I maximised qualifying. That's all I could do. So no complaints on my end, and like I said, we do have the rain at the start of the race tomorrow, which is going to make things very interesting in terms of strategy, and hopefully we have good pace in the wet conditions. But that is it for qualifying here, and we're now going to move into the race, round number 8 of the season for the French Grand Prix here at Paul Ricard.
Welcome to Le Castellet as we return from across the Atlantic for the 2019 French Grand Prix. Reintroduced to the Formula One calendar just last year after an absence of almost 3 decades. The circuit Paul Ricard, where racing legends such as Alain Prost gave us some Turn 1 excitement before Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel and a commanding victory from Lewis Hamilton gave us a brilliant race last year. What, I wonder, will it have in store for us this season? We have 15 corners here at the circuit Paul Ricard, 6 to the left and 9 to the right. The rain is coming down and making for a slippery racing surface, but luckily there is plenty of runoff available, and hopefully we'll be able to avoid bringing out a safety car during today's Grand Prix. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us, Ant, and tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulties when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that work their tyres hard and really put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Hamilton, Pierre Gasly and Leclerc, Vettel, Kvyat, Martinez and Kevin Magnussen, Raikkonen, Norris, Carlos Sainz and Bottas, Giovinazzi, Hülkenberg, Lance Stroll and Roman Grosjean. Albon and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Right, so here we are on the grid then for the French Grand Prix, starting from 9th place alongside Danny Kvyat there to our right-hand side. And it is raining and we are going to start on the intermediate tyres, therefore it's going to make for an interesting race in terms of strategy. And to be honest, it's not very heavy rain, which is not ideal because I don't tend to do that well when it's kind of semi-dry intermediates, if that makes sense. So it's more on the dry side rather than on the more rain side. Either way, we're going to try our best and hopefully have a decent race here today. And if we can make it 5 points finishes in a row, that'd be great. Again, just, highlights the consistency of the Ferrari car. And let's try our best to see if we can have a good race here today. In terms of strategy, of course, we're going to start on the Inter. There's no real choice there. And we're going to see how long the rain lasts. And if it lasts long enough, I'm going to try and strap on some mediums and go to the end. Hopefully, that's the target. Whatever happens, I'm going to just try and do one stop and that's it, because I think that's the ideal way to go around here, and that's the quicker strategy. In terms of fuel, we are running 1 extra lap of fuel because I feel like the rain isn't going to last that long, so I want to keep some fuel for when we eventually go into dry tyres. But other than that, that's the target really, just try and score points and have a decent race. Let's get racing and let's see how we get on. Hopefully our prediction comes true. It's time for the French Grand Prix. Right, here we go. Let's try and get a good start here as we build up the revs to the 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go here at France, and it's a pretty easy going start from us. I'm going to try and protect the inside as we've got Mercedes trying to make its way through. Easy on the brakes here as Magnussen turns in on us. We've got to try and back out from that one. We lose a position for now. I'm on the switchback though. Can we overtake Magnussen? Oh, that's a big bit of oversteer. That's going to ruin any momentum I had, but we're going to try a lock around the outside here. Potentially get our teammate as well, Danny Kvyat. Yes, we do. We're going to pick up the inside line, and that's going to give us the position as we slot in behind Charles Leclerc. Really nice overtake there around the outside, using the space. I'm going to take a different line through here, see if I can get some traction down, which I'm struggling with at the minute. Onto the back straight. Looks like we've got away relatively okay. Going to turn the differential down a little bit. So far so good, we're in the money, we're in the points, P8. We should make our way to the chicane. Lots of different lines through here again. I like to focus on my exit, so I like to open up the line a little bit. But in these conditions, it's just a lot harder to really get the traction down. Hopefully, though, the engine power upgrade and the fresh power unit really helps us out today, and we can make a big difference. But so far, so good in this race. Let's see if we can continue that way as we transition towards dry conditions. At the minute, I've got a lot of understeer. I'm really struggling in the corners. If I'm a lot slower than this, I might let Kvyat go because he's got a bit better pace than me. I'm really struggling through sector 3. Straight line speed's good though. Car's working well. I'm struggling for pace. I can't match the top 7 at the minute. If Kvyat gets anywhere near me on the back straight, I might let him go as I make a mistake at the turn 1 there, locking up my fronts. I'm going to let Kvyat go, I think. I don't have the pace, so I'm going to let him go by. and hopefully he has better pace. We've got to act as a team because we don't have the quickest car, so Kvyat seems quicker, so let's see if that's true.
Okay, looks like some of those puddles are clearing. We're still on the right tyre for the time being, but we're not a million miles away from slick conditions.
This is definitely working better for us. I'm much happier following Kvyat than him following me, because I was having to push and it was making me make mistakes. If Kvyat disappears into the distance, then fair play. I'm quite happy here though. Track's starting to dry up now. I'm having to stay to the wet part of the track to try and cool the tyres down. The rain is now officially stopped, so it's only a matter of time before we switch over. Strategy is going to be interesting because at the minute, if you strapped on a set of hard tyres, you could be able to go to the end of the race, but you would struggle with these conditions on hard tyres, of course. So it's really a flip of the coin as you go for a two-stopper, medium and soft.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Oh wow, we've timed that wrong.
Got that confirmed?
That was the lap. A lot of cars are boxed in. They're going to benefit massively. I'm going to go for the hards, I think. I'm going to try something different. I think I'm going to box in and stack with Kvyat. Another lap on these is going to be suicide. Let's go into the pit lane. And let's try our luck. We're going to go for the hard tyres.
Daniel is in the pits. Daniel in the pits.
Right, hard tyre selected. Let's try our best. Let's see if this works. We are going to get held a little bit, but hopefully it's not much. Right, here we go. Come on, boys. It's got to be a quick stop, quick turnaround.
Go now.
There we go. We finally got released. I got the timing wrong with the clutch as well, but interesting. Cars are going for mediums. Obviously, I'm going to guess they're two-stopping. 20 laps on mediums is just a bit too far. It's just a bit too much of a stretch. We're going to struggle for grip on these, but hopefully this is the right call. I'm rolling the dice here massively.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
I've got a very little grip. A lot of those cars who boxed last lap have managed to undercut us, but we're doing our own race now. If I get overtaken by everybody, then so be it. We're playing the long game here. Here's Sainz behind us. He's on soft tyres, so this isn't going to last very long. Oh, he'll probably get past me straight away. But like I said, we've got to focus on our own race now. Make this tyre last and also make it work. So far, it doesn't feel that bad, to be fair. Better than I expected, considering the conditions. But Sainz is going to walk past here. We're not going to fight it because I'm wasting energy and fuel. So here we go. Let's let Sainz do his thing, although he's struggling to even get anywhere near me. That's just a testament to the Ferrari engine at the minute. We're just really, really good on the straights. Sainz, though, down the inside, he's got a lot more grip. So if he'll make that one work, we'll just try and follow for now. But it's good to see the straight line speed from our car. Makes a change. It's refreshing to actually have the edge for once. Keeping our car well placed in the middle of the track. We'll let him pass us naturally in a more normal overtaking spot, such as this straight here. But I tend to get good traction as well out of that final corner. But here comes Stroll. We'll let him have the inside. So we've got a car leaving the pits. There's Valtteri Bottas on soft tyres as well. Again, we're not fighting these. We're doing our own race at the minute. I'm quite happy letting everyone go by, and then we can just focus on our pace. I do have good pace, but I'm wasting a lot of time battling these faster cars. Bottas is going to get past me now, just like Stroll did as well. He's on soft tyres in the McLaren. So we will drop down the order some more, but that's okay. There's so many cars on the same part of the racetrack as us, and the good thing is the AI are using their soft tyres first and not their mediums, which means they won't have the softs to use afterwards, which is better for us. Here comes Bottas. I do have DRS, but I'm not going to use it again. I'll just let him go. I'll use a little bit now toward the second half of the straight, but we're not fighting Bottas. We can just follow him and try and use the DRS if we can, but we've now got a couple of cars behind us a bit further back, so we've got a bit of space. Now is when we can push a little bit and push the limits of these tyres and try and stay in the race. It's important to pretty much keep up with Bottas as much as I can, really. That's the target. This is good from us. We're keeping within DRS range, and there's lots of cars battling all over the place, so again, they're not really getting a chance to really use their soft tyres, which is why I use the hard. It's all thought out, it's all tactical, and the fact I had to stack as well, I had to go for a different strategy. But the fact Bottas and Stroll battling is good because it's helping my lap time out by using DRS. So long may it continue.
Green flag.
Oh, yellow flag behind. I wonder if that was Grosjean and Ricciardo behind us. Again, there's a safety car now, that'd be fantastic because it would bring us all back together and I'm on the better tyre, but there probably won't be. The timing of this move is important if we do commit because there's 3 cars in front also battling, so if I can get past 2 cars and reconnect to another slingshot from the cars in front, that would be perfect, and it looks like we're all going to bunch up as a 5, so that's really good news for us. It means the cars in front are losing time. and I'm just sat here in DRS at the perfect distance. Looking good at the minute. I'm quite happy with this. We're close to the points. Okay, cars in the pit lane. The first one to pit is Giovinazzi in the Mercedes, as we set a personal best. There's a Red Bull leaving the pit exit. I'm guessing that's probably Verstappen, who was leading the race, but that's alright. We're not competing for the win here today. Like I said, we're just competing to score points. These two battling, they're losing a lot of time. I am tempted for a move because their soft tyres are starting to fade and I'm starting to lose time now. That's what I don't want, so we might have to make something happen here. But unfortunately, I think the the McLaren of Bottas has DRS on the cars in front. Otherwise, I would go for a move. Fiat in the pit lane at the minute.
Daniil is coming in for a stop.
Let's see where he rejoins, but I won't hesitate to let him back through if we are ahead. And here we go. Now the cars in front are going to start dispersing and getting out of the way, which is good for us. It will clear up the track and we'll get a clear picture as to where we are. But here we go. DRS on the pit straight. Let's try and close up the gap to the cars in front. There's Fiat as we get past. So we're up to P11 already, and we've still got plenty of cars yet to pit. Looking good so far.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Understood, copy that.
Well, at least the team have realised we're going to the end. Fiat's behind me. He's got soft tyres on, so I'm going to let him go actually. I don't want to get in his way. He can have a look and push through. Using the better tyres. Quite a long way to go to the end though on soft tyres to the finish, so I'll be interested to see how that one pans out. Either way, I'm not too fussed about letting Fiat go because all these cars in front should be pitting, or at least most of them. There are a few medium tyre runners in there. As we accidentally double shift, hopefully I'll still nab DRS. I think I might have just missed out. No, I've done enough to stay in, that's good. Hamilton behind us, also on soft tyres. There's a few more cars pit, not many, but a couple. So we're going to rejoin, or sorry, that Alfa Romeo is going to rejoin behind us. Wow, the men are looking good. I don't see how many more cars are yet to box, but we are in the points, which is exactly what I wanted. That's my target. We've now got Lewis for company. So we're getting a bit scruffy in front. This could end ugly. Fiat's trying to use his soft tyres to get stuck in. Like I said, we've got Lewis for company behind us. I want to see if I can get past the car here and maybe put a car between myself and Hamilton. We are gaining through Senior, close to Bottas. He should be boxing now because he's been on those soft tyres for a little while now. I've been driving so smoothly as well to keep these tyres in, so tyre wear should be very low on these. I'm not expecting to be too worn out. I'll have a look in a minute when I get a bit of peace and quiet on the track, but for now we'll continue on our way. Let's see if anyone else pits. There we go, Bottas pits in finally. Looks like he's the only car that's going to pit this lap. All the cars that are left are medium tyre runners. So we are going to move up to the top 8 in this race, at least for a little while. We're on the back of Norris here. And also the Williams, I believe, of Magnussen, if I'm not mistaken. It could be Leclerc, not quite sure, but either way. Fiat's starting to pull away a little bit. I think that Williams might have just held on to DRS, which is quite frustrating. Lewis looking for the move already, but we're going to get the mega toe, and also I'm running full power, so we're actually going to pull away from the racing point here. Into the chicane. Let's see what we can do here. These two side by side, I've got a chance. Lewis going for the inside actually. He completely caught me out, caught me napping. Let's use the slipstream, but I think Lewis is going to get the move on us. Sebastian Vettel as well, looking for a move behind us on mediums. We're going to try and commit to the outside through Senior on Lewis. Doesn't quite work, and Sebastian's going to go through as well. Or try to anyway. We're going to hang on the outside, but not enough grip on these. Luckily for us, there's no car near us now. We've got a nice bit of clear track behind us, so that's okay. We'll continue on our way. Let's see if anybody else pits on the mediums. There we go. The Williams pits, I believe it could be Magnussen, I'm not quite sure. So we'll move back up into the top 9 in this race, which is where we qualified, of course. And it's actually Magnussen. So there you go. Into 9th place once again. I'm going to go for a move on Norris here. Just dispatch him nice and quickly. At the minute we've got a nice gap behind. Leclerc's the next car, so we take away the bollard there by accident. And he comes back across our path, but Leclerc's the next car. He's going into the chicane now, so we've got a gap. He's on soft tyres. I'm not convinced those soft tyre runners are going to go to the end of the race. I feel like it's a long way to go as we go down the inside of Norris. At Senior, there we go. That move's done, so I'm expecting Lando to pit this lap anyway, but we're now up into 8th place once again, and if we can finish here, that'd be fantastic. But like I said, I'm not convinced. Fiat's got to do a lot of laps on soft tyres to get to the end, and I'm not quite sure if it's possible, so we'll find out. I'm quite keen to see how that one progresses, but it looks like everybody's done their pit stops now, so this is as high as we're going to be, 8th place. Like I said, unless those soft tyre runners go for an extra stop. So it's now time, now we've got to focus on our pace and try and be consistent with our lap times and try and use the hard tyre. Let's see the tyre wear real quick as we set a personal best. Only 20% left rear, that's perfect. And we've got 10 laps to go. There is a Red Bull in the pit lane. Let's see who it is. It's Russell, going into medium tyres. That's interesting. So we will get another position, so that my prediction might be right. Those on soft tyres may be stopping again. So let's see how this pans out. Fiat pits, and there's more cars in there. Perez, I believe, in the pit lane. And I know Lewis will have to stop as well. So we could be over some points here. Really strong points. Personal best as well. There's Perez, even the pit exit now. He's on soft tyres, so he'll probably get past me quite quickly. Leclerc pits as well behind us, so that's the pressure from behind from the Williams. But this is looking good for us. Expecting Lewis to pit this lap. Here comes Perez. He's got a lot of momentum. I've got the engine turned up, but he's going to go to the inside. Racing point at full power. No point even really fighting that one. Like I said, we've got to play the long game. Part of this strategy is to not get involved in battles and try and focus on our own race and have a decent race pace. The target is to keep Russell behind. I want to try and keep him behind me. He's on the fresh mediums. With about 6 laps to go, he's 6.4 behind, so that's the target really. He could maybe reach me in the last 2-3 laps of the Grand Prix, so hopefully we can keep him at bay and I'll be really happy. Lewis pits, as does Pierre Gasly as well, so another one that's had to pit. So only Sebastian Vettel was the one who went for the medium tyres. So here we go, we're going to inherit a P4 for now. Let's keep pushing here. Okay, Gasly's on the back of us, personal best, 29.9, good pace from us. We're peaking at a good time. I've not killed my tyres off too quickly, but I am on the limit now. I've got no more pace left in my reserves. I'm flat out here. Russell's not too far behind either, but we can hold on to this. Gasly will get past on this straight. There's no debate about that one, but we're not really battling Gasly. We're battling Russell so far though. Again, like the pace is consistent, which is important. Here comes Pierre. We're not going to turn the engine up. We'll let him go easily here, and I'll try and slot him behind. You can see he's struggling to really get past me, but eventually does make the move with the RS. We'll just try and follow him as we pick up a corner cut there. Completely misjudged that corner in terms of my turn-in. We're going to use Pierre's slipstream to pick up some lap time and recover a little bit. I've got to try and keep Russell out of the RS as long as I possibly can. At the minute we're doing a good job. Another personal best on the way. 29.6, good pace once again. Russell's just outside of a second, so he will get DRS on this lap. Here we go, Russell's got DRS. We're going to defend this one. With 1.5 laps to go, we're going to show him the long way around into the chicane. A little bit of lag coming into play, but we are going to just stay in front, although Russell keeps his nose in, so I've got to leave him some room on the apex. We are going to take a very compromised exit line. And Russell's going to come back at us here around the outside into senior. Let's try and keep him at bay. There we go, good job. He'll stay behind for now. Right then, let's try and get a clean exit through here. Really important. Feels like my rears are starting to go a little bit as well. Not the cleanest exit. Tyres are going. Here comes Russell again. We're going to defend the inside. Let him pull out nice and early so that he loses some momentum when it comes to straight line speed. This time we're much later on the brakes. We'll comfortably hold the line through the chicane this time around. It's not over yet. Russell's going to try again. We're out of rich mix now, so it's purely down to ERS, but I don't think Russell's close enough. He is gaining now as we approach senior, but I think I've got enough in the tank to keep him behind. Yes, we do. There we go. We make the apex. Verstappen wins it for Red Bull. And it looks like we are going to be on course to bring home a P5, which is my best finish of the season, my best result, and also the team's best result, which matches Kvyat's 6th place, I believe, in China, and my 6th place in Baku. Grosjean retires at the end of the Grand Prix. But here we go, one more corner to go. Nice and easy for here now. No risks needed. And there we go. Job done. P5 and best race of the season so far. And the strategy was on point. Yes.
Great drive, great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
Victory for the team from Milton Keynes then, after a quality performance. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
Right, so looking at the final race results here today, Max Verstappen wins for Red Bull, and he absolutely dominates by picking up also the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Perez in P2, Vettel in P3, and that is your podium, with Gasly missing out along with myself in P5. Best finish of the season ahead of Russell. Kvyat also 7th place, so another strong double points finish for us in Ferrari, ahead of Hamilton, Leclerc and Magnussen rounding out the top 10. Missing out the points we have Sainz, Norris, Bottas, Giovinazzi, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Albon and Romain Grosjean, early retirement of the Grand Prix right at the end of the race. In terms of what that means for the standings though, we are up to 9th place, overtaking our teammate, equal on points though, but we also both overtake Bottas as well, so we're now both into the top 10, and deservedly so. Perez overtakes Russell for 2nd place, and in terms of the constructor standings, we are still in 5th place, but there's a bit of daylight now. 19 points between ourselves and McLaren, and the chase for Williams, or the chase to get Williams, now begins, if you like. And yeah guys, that is it for the race here at France. We're now going to move into the laptop and put some upgrades on for the next couple of races, so let's do that now, and let's see how much more we can improve this Ferrari car moving forward.
You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you? Do you have any comments about the collisions? Did you feel comfortable in the wet weather today? Great. Well, that's everything.
Okay, so first and foremost, we have now agreed a new contract with the team. Everything on level 3 except for pit stop efficiency, and 10th place in qualifying, 8th in the race. I couldn't go any higher than that because I can't guarantee it really, because our car isn't that quick. Having said that, we don't have any upgrades on the way, so we need to invest long term. And there's a couple of options here. So the engine's looking pretty damn good. We are mid-table, but we seem to have good straight line speed. I would like to add to that here today, and there is an upgrade up here for the ERS for 500 points. In terms of parts elsewhere, I'm looking at the chassis, that still needs work. So I am tempted to invest in the brakes. It's not a major investment, but it is still an ultimate upgrade on the car. There is also a minor one here for brakes as well. And then in terms of the aero, we do need to work a little bit here, I think. So first of all, I think we are going to purchase a rear downforce upgrade. I think that one is tempting to me. You know, going into the next couple of races, we are in Austria next, and then we've got Silverstone, and then we've got Germany and Hungary. So I'm tempted to go here. I would like to do this front downforce one, but I'm not sure, because I feel like the car's going to be too unbalanced. It's too much on the front and not enough on the rear. So I'm looking at, I can't decide. I'm really indecisive when it comes to these things, but I am going to go for rear downforce. I'm going to get on the car for the next race, and then I am going to invest in a more long-term upgrade in the form of the brakes for the chassis, and that will arrive at the German Grand Prix, so 3 weeks until that upgrade arrives. And at least that way we do have something in the pipeline long-term, and we've still got 300 points to spend, so if we can stack up on that in the next episode, we should be able to add some more upgrades. And the next ones will probably be this upgrade here for the brakes, and then it will also be this upgrade up top here for the energy recovery system on the engine. I think those two will be the next ones, and then we just keep on developing, keep pushing the boundaries, and hopefully the car continues to improve. But guys, that is going to be it for this video here today. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on the video, and also subscribe if you are new, guys. This will be the last episode until next year. So yeah guys, I want to wish you all a happy new year, and there will be a video from me tomorrow about something a little bit different. Hopefully guys do look forward to that one. But yeah guys, that's going to be it for this one here today. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, check out the 2 videos in your screen, and also notifications on guys for future uploads, and I'll see you on my next one very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.